All right. If you're new to the channel and you decide to subscribe, hit the bell and click all notifications so you know when I'm live, like right now, and when I'm uploading. So we're going to talk about Skai Jackson. We're going to talk about Mike Tyson. We're going to talk about this trophy wife situation, Shemar Moore, and maybe a few more things. As you can see in the chat, the phone number is actually on the screen. So if you want to call, I will just write your phone number down and I'll call you back. But I want you to call at the end of the show if you want to give your opinions even more about each story that I talk about. So have your little notepad together, jotting down stuff you want to say, and then call in, okay, when I open the phone line. All right. So, all right, let's get into it. Let's get into the first story. And I said I have an opinion that's controversial for the Black community regarding Skai Jackson that should be aired out a lot more, in my opinion. I'm not going to hold back. And it does revolve around colorism, a topic I swore I would never talk about on my channel because I feel like there's no cure for this, and that is mental illness, and that I'm tired of the bull crap on both sides, on all sides that I see. So let's get into it. Give me a second. We have Skai Jackson. This is Skai Jackson. Now, there are some people who weren't familiar with her, and there's others who are familiar with her. She's so little. She's little, tiny, petite. Kind of has this image of being innocent and sweet. She was on Disney. Still young, still has a name in Hollywood where people still talk about, which you can use to your advantage to help your career even further. And a lot of people were familiar with Skai Jackson, but Skai Jackson, they're saying Skai Jackson now turned to a bad girl, sort of something like that. Or, Skai Jackson is pregnant. She is pregnant. Now, she look little, she do. But she is grown. Skai Jackson is about maybe 22 years old. That's a grown woman. Legal at 18 years old. You can have SCX, and that's what she did. And I'm hearing all types of different opinions about this. Some that I agree with and others that is absolutely ridiculous to me. So we've seen this go on a lot. We have. Let me put my... Wait a minute. Well, we'll see. My webcam. Okay, so this was Skai. Yeah, let me move my webcam, y'all, for a second, because I want to be able, for you to be able to see all these cute little pictures and stuff like that. All right, so give me a quick second. All right, one little second, y'all. I have some things that's going to surprise you that... I tell you. Y'all are just going to say, wow. And I'm not trying to make her look bad, but you definitely have to notice some stuff. So look at Skai. Look at her as a cute little baby. Look at her. You just want to hold her. Look at her with her mama. Look at that cute little face. Innocent little Skai. All cute. Now, her mother was a single mother. And they tend to say that sometimes these are patterns that repeat itself. They don't have to. Just because your mother is a single mother does not mean you have to be. Okay? And it doesn't mean that her mother might not have wanted more for her. From what I don't know. I don't know her mother, but she was cute and she had this innocence about her, right? So now she's pregnant. Look again. Look, just look. This is how people remember her.
Are you stuck on being a brand who's band stuck on me? Are you stuck on band-aid brand cause germ don't stick on me? Well, they're home on site no matter what one fingers tells me.
So, but now she's grown. Skai is grown and she's pregnant now. Unplanned. Can I just be honest? Why are Black women, especially younger ones, They're making all these videos like, oh my God, where is this coming from? Like, oh my God, how? Y'all have been doing this since the damn 1970s, 1980s. It just gets worse and worse. Getting pregnant by men who ain't got nothing going for themselves, that have been to prison or jail, that have children with other women. This runs rampant in the Black community. So I need some of you to stop acting so, I can't believe I've never, how? What do you mean, how? Damn near 70% of y'all come from single mothers. Your fathers didn't marry your mama. This isn't some new phenomenon. You just would think that Black women who actually have access to more, who actually could get more, would do better. And I said it like 2 years ago. The rich Black women we see are doing the same thing, at least in entertainment. You see them doing the same thing that everyday Black women are doing. They don't have no Black men barely available in their industry. Half of them is GAY. They into men. They don't really have a career. They're broke. Half of them don't even like Black women. They have to share the men when they want to keep it Black or settle for less. We see it over and over and over and over again. Now, from what I hear, she dated Solange's son. Solange, Beyonce's sister Solange. I know she hates being called the Beyonce sister, but we know Solange. Her son, Jules, he's really good looking. She dated him. That didn't work out. I heard he said something disrespectful about her. I don't know how true it is. Hey, lavish girl. So she ended up with just like, why? Black girls are asking why. Why do y'all have access to more and y'all still, I mean, this goes to show you that this is a mentality. Like when I say money cannot fix the problems with Black people, that's what I mean. No amount of money is going to fix a mentality and a cultural problem. And bad parenting. I don't know about her mama. Maybe, I don't know what her mother taught her. I don't know if her mother told her to get on birth control. I don't know. Because I can tell you right now, I would be talking to my daughter. I wouldn't know. It's like I would say I'm not going to allow certain stuff. But if they're grown, you can't really stop certain stuff because they're grown. I can't lock you up. I can't control everything. But I will put my foot down. I'm not having this. But, and that's why they'll say, well, having fathers is important because a father will check a man. They ask them, come over my house. I want to meet them. Who are you? What do you do? What do you do? How are you going to provide for my daughter? How many children do you have? I don't know. So now she's pregnant. People have suspected it. Now it's been confirmed with the photos. Okay, some people are saying she set this whole thing up. That photo shoot was just too perfect with the belly and the cute little outfit. And when you look at her, you think she's a little teenager, but she's not. But she is still a young woman, 21, 22. I mean, she just could drink last year, legal to drink. So her man on the right name is Yerk or something like that. And he has other baby mamas. She was his pen pal when he was in jail. Yes, okay? He ain't got nothing going for himself. People might say, well, Skai Jackson, she used to be Disney. She ain't really like a big actress, but she's still a household name. She still could use her name to get more work and you would see her at award shows and everything like that. So she still is relevant within the industry. And she's only like 22 years old. So she got with this dude. I hate photos like this because the men typically look kind of corny to me. I don't like a man that flashes his money everywhere. Those are the type of men who end up getting robbed because they don't have sense. So people are like, why, baby? What is it about him? You Skai Jackson. Like, seriously? The stereotypical wannabe thug, bad boy, jail record, children with different women. And when Black people see young Black girls, you got everything going for you. Like, why do y'all keep doing this? Like, why? Why? People also were bringing up Rihanna. Holly Bailey, Keke Palmer, Cash Doll. Why did they settle for men? Now, people will say, well, ASAP got money. Yeah, it ain't Rihanna's money. And he's said problematic things. Okay, he wants to be the woman in the relationship. Rihanna had plenty of really good options. She chose who she chose. When you try to keep it black, this is what happens a lot. See, I'm not having the light skin thing up in here because that's a part of the conversation. I'm sick and tired of people always trying to bring up a man's skin complexion. We don't know nothing about none of these women. And these men probably pursued them. But I'm going to take it there, Shemar, because I'm sick of it. I'm sick of it. That's why I have in the title, the black community does in fact hate light-skinned men. And I'm going to prove that today. And these are bummy men, a good portion of them. But what makes their bummy different than the darker men they date who are bummy? So Rihanna settled, in many people's opinion. Holly Bailey had everything going. She decided to be a baby mama to a guy who does really nothing that much. Keke Palmer settled for a guy who's like a struggling actor who really has nothing going on for himself, who put hands on her allegedly. Cash Doll settled for this guy that no one's ever heard of. And one thing that two of these women have in common is that they're criticized because of how their men look, which triggers the black community. But this is a pattern. Everyday black girls do it. College black girls do it. Celebrity black women do it. The black woman has bad standards and doesn't love herself. But then again, the black community swears you need to keep it black by all means. So if that means dating a broke dude, then that's what they promote. Hold on, I'm trying to find, where's that picture out of that man? I just had it. Okay. When it comes, I'm bringing up skin color stuff today because I do feel like there is a double standard. Colorism is real, but we don't know none of these women. Why can't a woman who is not as light as him, why can't they be with light-skinned men? That's the real question. Black people have a problem with black women dating light-skinned men. There is a worship of dark men. Even if he's ugly, sorry to say it, he gets to get worship. The minute that a light-skinned man is good looking, there is a problem to it. Say that there's a problem dating them. Now, I like light-skinned black men or biracial men and all that other stuff. I like good-looking men. If he looks good, he looks good to me. I like a good-looking man. He personally is not my type. I'm not strongly always attracted to redheads. I wasn't sure at first if he was albino, to be honest, in some of the pictures, but he's not. I don't know if his mom or dad is white. I don't know all of his background. But I feel like when black women date a man who is their skin shade or darker and a dusty, it's just seen as bad black love. But the minute you get with a man who's lighter, all of a sudden his skin color is a topic of discussion. What's the difference between him being a dusty and a darker black man being a dusty? They're both dusties, but somehow it's worse because he's lighter or something. That's just weird to me. I know black women too, but some of them can be colorist. I've seen it. And it's funny because if I say someone's being colorist when it comes to hating someone for light skin, then they'll scream, it ain't colorism, that don't exist, it's only for darker skin, which is bullcrap to me. Or, I've seen a black girl who was a colorist who was a dark-skinned girl, and she was a colorist. I've heard one say, I can't date light-skinned men because she said, oh, I would be jealous of them. I heard a woman say this. It was like, oh my God, she clearly has insecure about herself. Or the one I saw dating a guy who was dark skinned, but he had straight hair. And she's like, I wonder what his roots are. And that's why she liked him. He was good looking, but his hair was straight. And she didn't think he's not all the way African. So I've seen this. I know that especially in the South, some black women can be very, very colorist, can gravitate to a lighter skinned man, even if he's not cute. Just like They gravitate. Some black women keep promoting black men who are dark skinned, who are not cute. But, oh, he's dark skinned, so that's all that matters. I think that it is a mental illness. I think that black people are very sick. I don't think there's a cure for this problem. I think there's a double standard. When the man is light skinned, all of a sudden it's a crime to like him. You can't be with him. I find that it's sickening that so many dark skinned black men reject black women who are dark skinned. And then when the woman who's dark skinned gets with a lighter man, then she has to be bullied like, oh, you're with a light skinned man. Could it be that men her color don't typically even approach? Why? And then who's she supposed to be with? See, it just don't make sense. And then there's some unspoken rule that, oh, you have to only date somebody your color, but we're all black. We're black and beautiful. We produce all colors. We create everything. We're just so beautiful and cute. What you doing with him? No, he's 2 shades lighter. He's 4 shades lighter. You can't do it. You must hate yourself. Oh, he's dark skinned. Oh, what you doing with him? Oh, he too damn dark. Oh, no. Oh, I love them dark chocolate men. The blacker the berry, the sweeter the juice. Oh, you keeping it black, girl. Oh, you hate yourself? Oh, his hair, what does hair look like? Oh, you think you better because your hair is like that? Oh, you got that. I mean, I'm sick. Black people sick. Stop talking. I ain't trying to hear y'all so diverse and beautiful, but y'all can't be together, though. You didn't know y'all was supposed to only date your skin shade? Because if you don't, you going to be a colorist now. You a colorist. Oh, she lighter? Oh, you an automatic colorist. I don't care what your mama look like. Oh, she must be dark skinned and you hate dark women. She couldn't be a light skinned mama you got. Oh, your mama dark, your mama light. Oh, you like this? Oh, you like light skinned dudes? Oh, you must hate dark men. Oh, we know y'all. I mean, it's sickening. And then if you get with someone like you that's light skinned or the same hair texture, oh, y'all just trying to preserve that good hair and that light skin. Y'all hate us. Y'all just hate us. That's why y'all together. You supposed to be with somebody darker. I know the black community. Sick. But always fronting like y'all so damn pro-black and we make all the beautiful colors. But don't get together, though, because now we got to question it. Don't get me wrong. I do know that black men are very colorist. I'm very fully aware of that. But it still don't change the fact that people be assuming stuff about people they don't even know, or that it's a crime if you find somebody good looking that's lighter. Oh, my God. Man, I ain't even supposed to be talking about this yet. I was saving that for a little bit later. So, God. So basically, yeah, he is a dusty. His skin color doesn't matter. He's a dusty. I wouldn't be dating his dusty bud. Period. She could have did better. Period. His color is irrelevant as to why he's dusty. Darker black men are dusty all day long who do the exact same thing as him. Let's see. So this was her statement. She says she's excited. She says, I'm thrilled to begin this new chapter in my life. I'm embracing motherhood and I'm diving into new acting projects. My heart is just so full. This is something that her publicist said. I don't believe she really said this. I just don't. Now I'm going to show you something that no one has shown that I believe also influenced her mind. Apparently, she's a fan of trifling, disgusting, shameful, embarrassing to black women. Sexy Red. She is a fan of this woman. So, hold on. Hold on, though. Teresa LaShawn says, I think with her trauma of colorism, she has colorism trauma. I need to see the receipts. Admitting she dates light-skinned men, but they were toxic. It seems she might have some issues and kept that man around because she glorifies light-skinned men. I don't know. I don't know her. The big question I have is why can't black women who are not as light? Because I've seen people acting like Keke Palmer and that man is like, she's like damn near 6 shades darker than him. They don't have an extreme color difference. I don't get the big deal. But if she likes light-skinned men, or Keke Palmer, the big question is, why can't they? Why can't they be attracted to these men? If she hated biracial and lighter women, but likes the men, then that would be a mental issue to me. But if they ain't never had an issue with women lighter than them and saying stuff, why can't they have a type is the question. Black men have types all the time. People talk about it, but people not going to stop dating who they want. Why do they get shamed for having a type? Why can't they have a type? And why is there this sympathy for black men who shit on black women all the time? That's one thing I don't get. Who gives a damn? Black men have types, a number of them. Some of them wouldn't even talk to them. So why can't they do exactly what they do? I mean, don't get me wrong. If she has toxic issues with color and towards women and then date men, yeah, we know that's a mental issue. But let me stay on topic for now. We have Sexy Red. She's a fan of Sexy Red. Now, this is her before she got pregnant. And I think that this plays a role in this woman's mentality. I do. Let's look at this. I'm going to have to pause some parts because of copyright issues. When I get my way with my man, after he says no, when he don't give me the D. Okay.
Boy, you know this ass super fat. Fuck me good. My coochie good, that's why I got two baby dads.
My coochie good, says Sexy Red. That's why I got two baby daddies.
I hate a lying ass nigga, I'll flash.
I hate a lying N-word.
Don't turn me up, you know I get to acting bad.
Don't turn me up, you know I get to acting bad.
I tell my hoes when you and me the world mad.
But if you just look at her mannerisms and how she's dancing, come on, come on, you see this. You see who she's influenced by?
Yeah, I'm rich, but I like to chill out on the block. Coochie good, that's why I got two baby dads.
Why would I be celebrating having multiple fathers for my children? I would want one daddy for my kids. My coochie is good. That's why I got two baby daddies. And this is something she's dancing to. Millions of young black girls have been poisoned by these disgusting black women who have been influenced by black men's toxic hip hop culture and decided to join in and now celebrate being what some would say is a hoe. I don't usually like to use that word though a lot. Celebrating having different fathers for your children. Doing all types of stuff that would be considered trashy. Who else? So we got Sexy Red with her listening to that. We have Glorilla. It's 9 o'clock on Friday. It's 98 degrees. I ain't got no and no ain't got me. Oh, we're going to celebrate being in relationships where she said, if I something your man, but your man here with me. So we're going to celebrate that stuff and celebrate having a man, but not having a partner. It's 9 o'clock on Friday. Damn, I know I might be messing this Glorilla song up. It's 9 o'clock on Friday. It's 98 degrees. I ain't got no man, and he ain't got me. Oh, so it's just great to just great. You know? It's just great just not being with a man, but not having a man. Oh, this is just so wonderful. It's so wonderful. I know, LaShawn, I effed it up. Look, I'm in these streets somewhat, you know. I hear what be going on in some of these raps. So I don't listen to everything they be saying, but I know all about what's popular right now. Okay, so these women today in hip hop are dragging black girls to hell. A number of them. The things they say is disgusting, half of it. They celebrate filth. They sound like a effing man. Half of them is gay most of the time. And if you're gay, you're gay, but let's just put it together. A lot of these women rappers typically are gay or into women. They're masculine. They sound like men, some of them. They talk about filth. They got your little daughters listening to it. Sukiana and Sexy Red. Don't get me wrong. You have it sometimes in hip hop. I like a few Little Kim songs, but I never emulated all of that. But it's gotten raunchier and raunchier and raunchier. So that's who Skai Jackson was listening to before she got pregnant. The trash. And she thinks that is cool. If people tell me this might not play a role in her mentality, I would disagree.
Coochie good, that's why I got 2 baby dads. I hate a lying ass nigga, I flash.
Now, people are saying that she wants to be a ghetto girl, that she ain't ghetto. I guess she grew up in California. Pretty maybe a little bit pampered, was on Disney. I'm not sure. You know, she was dating Beyonce's nephew. Lord, I don't know. I just don't know. I don't know why they would be attracted to dusty men, ghetto men, hood rat men. I mean, I would tell my daughter, do you not realize the kind of life you gonna have? You going to be a baby mama. He's not going to have a good job. We live in California, dear. Do you know how high rent is? He can't afford the rent. He doesn't have a job. Your life will be over. I don't know what her mama said to her, but if I have to pull out the belt, because I ain't having it. I'm a fight to the end to prevent my daughter from destroying her life if I had one. And I would step to the man, you got to get the hell out of my house. You're not welcome here. No, you come back when you got such and such together. You can't talk to her. Mom, but Mom, I don't give a damn. You know, I grew up in a diverse area. I've lived in the hood. Yes, I have, multiple times. I've lived in the hood. I've lived in the suburbs. And I've never been, I always said to myself, first of all, they can't speak properly, a good number of them. The way they dress, sagging their pants is disgusting. They can't get a job. Why doesn't common sense come into our brains that just, even if he's cute, because there are black men and mixed men in the hood who are very good looking. Let's just be honest. They do. Some of them do look good. Some of them can F good as they like, some of them, right? But he ain't got nothing going on for himself. He's going to ruin your life. Why can't black girls be taught or sit back and think, if I get pregnant, what's going to happen? Can he afford me? Where can he work? Can he hold down a job? Damn, how long was he in jail? Because damn, did he have SCX with men in jail? They're saying her baby daddy is on the down low, which wouldn't be shocking at all. So, now, I already talked about some of what I was going to say for now. When it comes to colorism, which I hate the topic of colorism, I really do. I have my reasons. It just irritates me because I don't think there's a cure. I don't know her, so I can't accuse this of her. She's a beautiful young girl, as they say, an unambiguous. I always used to get confused with this ambiguous stuff. Unambiguous black girl. Beautiful. She could have any man she wanted, probably. So all of a sudden she gets with, now she did date Beyonce's nephew, who was very good looking, but some people say it's questionable if he's all the way straight. She dated another guy from Disney. So I know of 2 guys she dated who were of lighter skin. The first one's daddy or mama was black and he was half white. And then Solange's son is not a biracial, but, has mixed ancestry, which is common. So people are saying she has a type. My issue is, why can't she have one? Why can't she like light-skinned mixed men? So what? Why can't she? I could see again if she said things about women who were lighter than her, and mixed and had a problem with them, but you like the men, then I would say you're a hypocrite and you have a mental issue. But there's no history of that. So the question is, why can't she? Black men date who they want all the time. Black women do talk about it, but they're going to keep dating who they want. So the question is, why are black girls, now she's from Cali. I've heard for a very long time that the black men in California are extremely anti-black. Extreme. Worse than anything you've ever seen in your life in California. And there aren't always black girls around. So she's in a land full of men, no matter how pretty she is, that might look over her. Yeah. And in an environment where she's a minority. So my thing is, the big question I have, now I don't consider her an extremely dark-skinned woman, but some of you might do. Let's just, okay, if we say she is. My thing is that if black men reject darker women, and usually it's the really dark they reject, like chocolate, for real. It's a lot within the black community, the hierarchies and stuff. You can be brown, they won't reject you, but they have to like your features. If you have more Negroid features and you're brown, then you might experience more featureism. Not necessarily colorism, because black men will date you when you're brown skin and light skin. The darker tones typically get rejected by black men. And y'all know what skin shades I'm talking about, unless your features is what they like in your hair. So it's different hierarchies within it, colorism, when it comes to black men, who a lot of these girls want and who they date. So let's just say maybe she was, basically what I'm saying, because people are bringing up colorism towards black women. Like I said, you don't even have to be dark skinned, but if he is lighter than you, then it becomes a problem. It's always something. But if black men, if they have a problem getting the black men that they wanted, who was the same skin shade or darker, then who do you want them to date? Not only that, there are so many biracial guys who have been born from black men. Fine ass ones too. Thank you, black man. Who are they supposed to date? Because if they reject black women, then you say they're anti-black, even though they have a black grandma, black cousins, black aunts. You see, every time the black woman is with a lighter man, you assume she pursued him. Why doesn't it ever cross your mind that the light-skinned mixed guy pursued her and was interested in her? Not only that, why can't she date him? Especially when y'all love to say biracials are black, but all of a sudden when it's a biracial boy, a man, oh, you can't date him now. You doing something wrong. You ain't keeping it black. I thought you said biracial was black. Not only that, but if he goes to the white woman, which a lot of them do, because they think we don't like them, which a number of us are attracted to them, then that's a problem. And then when the darker black girls get rejected by darker black men, who do you want them to have? Because if they go to a white man who doesn't discriminate, then you get mad about that. Then when they get with a light-skinned black man, oh, she must be colorist. Then if she gets with a biracial light-skinned guy, oh, she must have a fetish too, like a black man. But no one ever brings up she might have had problems getting darker black men. Maybe they didn't like her. But all of a sudden, it's just weird. It's weird. People are trying to control who people date. Or it's a crime. It's a crime to say that mixed guy look fine as shit. I ain't gonna deny it. My granddaddy's was mixed, 2 of them. So I can like them all fucking day. My daddy was a light-skinned mixed background man. So ain't nobody gonna tell me a damn thing. Yeah, they look good, some of them. You ain't gonna, and I ain't gonna apologize. I don't worship dark-skinned black men, and I don't have to, and it's not fair. Why neglect all? If you gonna date black men, why are you othering your other men? Y'all are othering the men within your own race. Every time you see a music video, the black man is dark-skinned with the woman. He can look ugly as hell, but he's promoted. There's a reason Christian Keys get shitted on in this community, in my opinion. That man should have been a superstar. He's fine. But you can't say that. Don't say Christian Keys is fine. No, he is. Christian Keys is fine as hell. Christian Keys, holler at me. Okay? I'm just saying. And it's a reason they hate Russell Wilson. They always questioning his background because of his hair texture. He's from the DMV. Plenty of them look like him. Yeah, he has native ancestry and some white ancestry. So does the rest of Black America. Maybe different degrees of it. But that's the hidden reason they can't stand Russell either. Because of his hair. They can't stand it. And the fact that he looks Hawaiian or something. They can't stand it. That's something else they're not going to tell you. See, they accept Chris Brown because he beat Rihanna's ass. He became a nigga then. They can deal with him because he whooped that ass. They want them to prove their masculinity. You don't question the white man's masculinity. The white man lighter than a light-skinned black man. But y'all say he a masculine man. He a builder. He a provider. He a alpha, the white man. So why are you so bothered by a light-skinned black man or by a racial that's not even white? Mental illness. Mental illness. So, George, hello. I never seen you in here. I need to see what you were saying. I mean, I dated all black men. When I did date black men of all skin shades, I've talked to biracials, all that half Puerto Rican, dark skin. I talked to African before, Ethiopian. So I just like a fine man. I like certain features in my man. I like a certain eye shape, a certain jawline that I'm attracted to, you know. So I'm not impressed by a man's skin tone. My daddy was a light man. My mom was light. You know, I'm more browner than them. My grandparents, people within my family. I'm not impressed with skin tone. It's not a phenomenon or something new to me. I like good looking men. That's what I'm looking at. Are you good looking? You know what I'm saying? I'm not impressed by hair. My hair is loose too. And, you know, well, that's a whole different thing. So it's not impressing me. You know, and I've actually talked to a biracial guy who, you meet some of them, they've been so traumatized by the black community, or they might have a certain ego because black people are obsessed with constantly bringing up their skin tone, or I have to hear about their trauma. Like, I was picked on because please go. I can't take it. I've been talked about too. You ain't the only person, but they mind. I can't. That, you know, I find the ones who got black daddies kind of got mental issues, some of them. So, and it's not completely shocking with what they go through in the black community, but they really, some of them be thinking they're the only ones traumatized, or they had the only ones who's been talked about, or I ain't dealing with the stereotypical ones who are obsessed with their color because of black people being obsessed with their color. So they get this ego, or they get insecure about it, or they think everybody has, if they're conscious, they too damn conscious, and they have the identity of their black father, fight the power, and always being angry. It's just mental illness. I just leave it as some of them got mental illness, you know, and I need a balanced man, you know. So let me show you this video that as to why I said I believe the black community does in fact hate light-skinned men, whether he's biracial or light-skinned black.
A lot of colorism manifests in successful, darker-skinned black women by them choosing degenerate, colorless black men to have children with. And this brand of colorism gets ignored a lot because colorism is typically talked about when a black man is dating someone from a different race or dating lighter-skinned women to breed out his dark-skin features. Black women do this as well, especially black women who have access to a lot of money, because they will pick somebody who is not on their level just to say they have a black love relationship, but they have a black love relationship that is palatable to the black community. Because the black community likes black love if it's still adjacent to whiteness, meaning one of the members of that black love couple is lighter skin or passable. As we discuss Skai Jackson and the rest of the child stars who have babies with SoundCloud rappers, we need to start just calling it out as colorism, because that's exactly what it is. A lot of colorism manifests in successful, darker skin.
I don't fully agree with her ass at all. Especially when we know the key word she said is successful. Do you know how hard a lot of dark-skinned black women have it getting successful black men? A number of them date white women. It's like, if y'all gonna say stuff, tell the whole damn truth. A lot of dark-skinned black women want dark men. The dark men they want don't want them a good portion of the time. So they are forced, no matter how fine she is or not, she is forced to open her dating options. That is reality. I don't care what nobody says. But when you see her with her man, she's trying to keep it black. Maybe the light-skinned ones give her more love. That's what I hear them saying in the comments section. Light-skinned black men especially love darker women. Not all the time. They will date all skin shades of black women. They're not as hateful towards dark women all the time. Some people will say, well, opposites attract and all that other stuff. Are there colorist light-skinned men? Yes, I've seen them. Are there colorist dark-skinned men? Yes, I've seen them. My thing is, you can't judge every couple you see in person and start accusing them of being colorist. You don't know them, but you're triggered because you notice a skin shade difference. You know, if I were to date a very light man, I don't know. There would be some black men maybe who would hate. And it's like, well, I don't have to be with you. Why do I have to? I've dated all skin shades. Not only that, you don't know nothing about me. My daddy was a very light mixed man. So, and they said, well, women are attracted to men like their daddies. So why can't I date one then? You don't know me. You don't know nothing about my heritage and what my family looks like. But you're so taken aback by what you see. Because y'all are trying to control people. Y'all have mental health issues. Colorism does exist. I'm not going to say there are no black women who are dark-skinned. And not necessarily even dark-skinned. Just leave it at the man being much lighter. Who don't have issues. It does exist, but that's not the case for everybody. You know, not only that. Hold on, something in my eye. I got to get it real quick. I'm a child. We getting into it. I ain't holding back today. I'm not, because I'm tired of black people's bullshit and their lies that they tell. Black people do lie. They don't want to tell the full truth. Oh, sorry, y'all. You know what I notice is that black people, y'all are very a color conscious group. You will ignore a person's features and phenotype sometimes when they're dark skinned. Only when they're lighter do you magnify the hair and the features, but then you will call a woman who's dark skinned with the exact same hair and features. You feel, oh, she's representing blackness. She has the same phenotype and hair texture. You said the lighter woman was not black. She ain't really black. But all of a sudden, the darker woman has the same hair, the same features, and you want her to represent blackness because you're so obsessed with her skin tone. There are plenty of dark-skinned women who don't even all have just dark-skinned parents, whose genes are mixed up, and they don't have to have a light man to produce mixed-looking kids or loose hair. They already have that. That's already in their gene pool, but you're so obsessed with their skin color that is the blackness that takes over everything. She only got with him because of his skin tone. She could have produced that without being with him. Or his hair is loose. Well, so was hers or her daddy or mama's. How do you know that the baby's hair ain't loose because of her damn mama or daddy and not the lighter one whose family has coarser hair? Y'all see how sick you are? But you can't tell black people that. You equate the darkest person as being so African, and in some cases that can be accurate. But in the United States, you get variety, okay? You get variety, especially in parts of this country where you can see dark-skinned women with hair down their back that's damn near almost type 2. Yes, that exists in America. But the minute she gets her light man, you think all the genes and everything that her baby got came from him. Like Quincy and Kim Porter. Quincy does look like Albie Shore, but he actually looks like his mother too. He's just lighter. And he didn't necessarily get that from Albie Shore because Kim Porter's mother is a mixed light-skinned woman. But y'all love to give all the credit for how he looked to his daddy. And y'all say Kim Porter's beautiful. I'm just saying, like, I literally see her features in her son, but people overlook that because she was darker than him. Sick. You see how sick you are? So, and there's no cure for it. That's why I barely talk about it on my channel. I can't help black people. They're too mentally ill. So, and hypocrites on certain stuff. Damn. I got more. We gonna get into it, baby. Y'all stay up in here. We are going to get into it. So, there was someone who brung up in her comment section, yeah, look at Kenya Moore. Look at Kenya Moore and who she had that baby with. It was colorism. Now, you know, I got to say. Now, Kenya Moore is considered one of the most beautiful dark-skinned black women in America. That's famous. She has a beautiful face. She has long, very natural, long hair down her back. Some would even say her phenotype isn't strongly Negroid to people, so she's considered highly attractive by most black people. Then other black people just look at her skin tone and feel she's black. She is a black American woman. And then they had the nerve to say she chose her baby daddy because, oh, well, he is more phenotypically more mixed, even though Kenya Moore is a mixed woman too. Let's just be honest. This is America. I don't care what no one says. It's in there. His hair. And the daughter got curly hair. I found this to be absolutely hilarious. Kenya Moore is one of the most beautiful black women. But because she was with him, oh, it's colorism now. So damn. So every time you see a black person with a partner of a lighter shade, especially, it's colorism now. Or of a looser hair texture, it's colorism now. And it's amazing because how you gonna say she used him for the hair and this is her natural hair that her daughter has? Make it, see what I'm saying? You see how sick you are? You tried to say it was because of the husband that she procreated with him. Do you not see Kenya Moore and do you not see her hair? Both her and the husband have the same type of hair, but you're so caught up in how he looks that you think she needed him. She can, any baby she made would have been beautiful, but you're so hateful to lighter and mixed men. It comes out with y'all all the time. Baby, it always does. I don't care what the black community says. Y'all hate light-skinned men, okay? And it's amazing because the minute a black woman is the same skin shade as her husband and she says she's light-skinned, you try to argue her down. But the minute the man is that color, oh, he's so light-skinned, you see how sick and hypocritical you are. But anyway, Kenya has the same type of curly hair. But yet, y'all are so bothered because he ain't Negroid looking enough for you. As beautiful as Kenya Moore is, how do you know that successful dark-skinned black men didn't reject her? You don't know. Okay? As beautiful as she is. So, look at the men, and it's amazing to me how some of you were so quick to try to throw this on her. She dated, Kenya did seem to have a type. It's not necessarily skin tone. It's more of a feature thing. But so what? She can like what she like. She gave this dude a chance. He ended up being crazy. Look at him in the orange jacket. She dated him on that show. The man was obsessed, broke her window, was a complete effing nut job. But she tried to give a more Negroid looking man a chance, since y'all complain. And he ended up being a damn crazy nut job. She also went on a date with him. Hold on. Oh. So don't try to put that on her like you know her like that or who she chose to have a baby by. Y'all are fucking sick. Let me try not to curse. So, all right. So she dated him. Good looking man. He ended up marrying a white woman. Doesn't mean he doesn't like black women, but that's what ended up happening. But she tried him to date him. Kenya talked to a successful white man. All the men she talked to are successful. That's the key word here. Okay? So she gave him a chance. That did not work out. All right. So she ended up, and he wasn't no good. Let's just be honest. Mark was not no damn good. He wasn't, but most of them aren't. So she ended up giving him a chance. Kenya wanted a child. She dated different skin shades. It did not work out. So she ended up with him. He's a successful man. She did not want to procreate with a Dusty. He has a successful restaurant in New York City. She wanted a man on her level to some degree. And that played a big role, I'm sure, as to why. And she was running out of time to have a baby. So that's what happened. He ended up not being a good man. But she's a colorist. Add Kenya Moore to it, the beautiful Kenya Moore. He wasn't Negroid looking enough, so she must be a colorist. I don't care about her dating history. This is who she chose to get pregnant by. She must be one. And I find it crazy that black women, y'all be screaming about black men being colorists, but then you gonna turn on your sisters for who they date? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. You want to whine and bitch about black men being colorists and featurists, but then you want to rag on black women for who they choose? Are you serious now? Y'all see mental illness. The hypocrisy is just incredible to me. Absolutely incredible. Incredible. And a lot of black men do not have money. They're not successful. This is going to happen. Get over it. Not only that, if somebody is, hey, amazing Lovecraft. And my thing is, I don't know these women personally. If she has a type, she has a type. My thing is, I want to say, so what? I don't have to like what you tell me to like. I don't have to date who you tell me to date. I think Rihanna chose A$AP Rocky to prove something. Rihanna ain't never been with no man that looked like A$AP that we saw. That ain't her type for real. I know it. Now, I don't know these women, but I can pick up on some things. She wanted to keep it black and make the black community happy, so she chose him. And the irony is that he's supposedly a colorist. I mean, it's just amazing, but that ain't my problem, an issue with going on with them. So I'm just tired of colorism always being thrown around as the go-to thing now. It's like, damn, so now black women gotta be careful who they date, because if the man is lighter, I'm going to be called a colorist now. I don't give a damn what you call me. I don't have to like who you tell me to like. And if I got a type, I got a type. I like what I like. And then the crazy part is that when a light-skinned black man decides to be with a light-skinned black woman, then you complain about that. Oh, they trying to keep the blue blood going. You know, that blue blood stuff. Oh my God. Like, nah, you can't do this. How you gonna do this? Oh, they think they better. Oh, and just because you are, I mean, if you have different colors, skin tones within your parents and family and grandparents, does not mean your children will be as light as you. Okay, as you mixed up. My thing is, though, they get so triggered. Oh, how two light skins together. So let me get this straight. You don't like seeing two light skinned people together. You don't like seeing a brown or darker woman with a light skinned man. She can't be with him and he cannot want her. You don't like seeing a dark skinned man with a light skinned woman. You will accept it when she's brown skinned and he's much darker for some reason. But you know, so now there's all these hidden rules of who can procreate with who and who can be attracted to who within the black race that's just so diverse and beautiful, and we make all colors. But you better not date them all. Is that where we're going now? Mental illness. Y'all are a mentally ill group of people. You know? I don't know how else to say it. I don't know how else to say it. Oh, I got a phone call. Okay. So I'm trying not to forget my train of thought real quick. All right. Damn. I mean, I think I made my point. I do feel like there's a severe hatred of light-skinned men within the black community. The same way that Stephen Curry's skin complexion is always a topic of conversation. Why? What is the obsession with his skin tone? Okay? His father is a black man. His mother is a Creole woman. I mean, he's a black man of mixed ancestry. He's not some rarity in the country. I don't understand. He's constantly bringing up this man's color, making jokes. And that's why I said, I hate when people bother me when I say colorism goes both ways. It's not acceptable to talk about someone's skin tone because it's darker, calling them names, joking about it. That's colorism. You're picking on me. But then you can make jokes about someone's skin being lighter, how they move, how they play basketball. Oh, you think you're this, you think you're that. Why is your effing bullying acceptable, but then no one can say anything to you? Get out of my face with it. You don't have to call it colorism, but it is prejudice. It is almost on the same level. Then they'll say, well, no one can stop you from, excuse me. My mother was hated on a lot by women for being lighter, not being able to come back to a job because of that. My cousin left off of a schedule on her job because basketball players were coming, and she gets a lot of attention, very good looking, the light eyes, the skin, a pretty face, and women who have a problem with that, and was intentionally kept off of the schedule so that she couldn't have access to the men. And being bullied before. But people want to say it doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. You're all imagining it. It's just not the same at all. Yeah, you get it worse when you're darker. Everybody knows this across all communities, but that doesn't mean there aren't people who don't do things to you because you're lighter, keep you from getting stuff because you're lighter, if they have the power to in a certain position, saying stuff to you, picking on you. You know, when I experienced that on the job, it just shocked me. You know, so people can say what they want. I'm not going to allow the double standards, period. I don't give a damn what nobody say. So it's just amazing. I get irritated, like when people bring up a black person, all of a sudden, if they're light, they have to make sure they mention their skin tone. I'm like, is his ass black or not? I didn't ask you the skin shade. I said, is he black? You know? They do that like they want other black people, like a different race or something based on skin tone, you know? Like if you describe a man to me, describe him, and if I ask you what is his skin tone, then tell me his skin tone. But you have black people who automatically do it, and it's like, I asked if this person was black. I didn't ask you what type of black. I said black. Are they ass black or not? Is that simple? So... all right. So, yeah, it's just some bullshit. But I do notice it. Every time a man is brung up in the black community, if he's light-skinned, they're going to keep obsessing over it, bringing it up in the conversation because they mentally ill. And don't have a lighter man as a black woman. You going to be a colorist now. It was a crime. You couldn't think he was cute. And you can't admit he's cute. And you have to praise every darker man, even if he ain't cute. That's the rule now of the black community. I ain't never seen so many pretty women with unattractive, dark-skinned black men who were celebrities in my damn life. And everybody act like these dudes look good. Young thug, look like a crackhead. But yet people want to pretend like that's some fine man. A$AP Rocky ain't cute to me at all. But, you know... it's disgusting. So let me show you, damn. Let me not talk too much. Let me show you the public responses about the Skai Jackson situation. Oh, but before I do, again, look at this. This is from a live on TikTok, okay? I got up out of there because I couldn't take to see black women doing this. Y'all still doing it. The topic was black women. How will you get your black man back? And who did they use as the picture? A dark-skinned black man, as usual, as if this is what they all look like or who we all want. But yeah, black women. How will you get your men back? Because Michael Jordan went to that Cuban woman. So they were talking and discussing as black women, how are we going to make someone want us that does not want us? Basically was the topic, the desperation. Hate to see it, but unfortunately there are a number of black women still mentally ill over black men. So here are the public responses about Skai Jackson.
I'm not sure why everybody's so shocked at Skai Jackson and the fact that she chose to have a baby by a YN. Where does y'all think that Nunu character came from? Y'all think that Nunu just came out of thin air? No. There are plenty black girls who never got the quote-unquote black girl experience, the hood experience, the YN experience, whatever they want to call it. I'm here to tell you, if you will put up, young lady, or your parents take care of you, or you've never seen struggle, there's nothing to go look for. You don't need to experience struggle. You can be a well-mannered suburban girl who doesn't know anything about the streets. The streets don't love nobody, and you're not gonna find love in the streets. So I really feel a little bit sorry for Skai Jackson because she fell for the bait. She's a typical suburban girl. Like, they want to see what the hood niggas got going on. I don't know why. It's nothing different, girl. Don't go over there playing with them YNs. You see, auntie, I had a few in my day, but that don't mean you get serious with the YNs. It's for fun, okay? YNs are for fun.
Some of you might be wondering, what is a YN? Because I didn't know either. A young, the N-word, a young N-word, a young, that's what it is. Okay.
I feel like everyone that is shocked that Skai Jackson ended up the way she did hasn't checked up on her in a few years because, baby, I saw this coming from the get-go. Like, I've been seeing this coming since like 2019. This girl has been wilding since her teenage years. I feel like everyone is just like stuck on this like Disney Channel persona like thing that she had going on. But must I remind you that she has not booked a role in years and the acting is not there. I mean, we've all seen her audition tape for Pretty Little Liars and it was horrible. This girl was beefing with Storm Reid because she was mad that her and Storm Reid are on the same age and Storm Reid is booking more roles than her. And had Skai Jackson's mom wanted to beat Storm Reid's ass. This was her destiny all along, guys. This girl is messy. Must I remind you that she was beefing with Bad Baby a few years ago and restraining orders were getting done. Like, it was crazy. Like, she was even beefing with the cast members of Jessie. Like, how do you have a feud with Debbie Ryan? Like, the path that she's been on for this few years, it was never going to give. Her career was never going to give Marsai Martin. It was never going to be that. Like, then we got petitions out to put her in prison for doxing a minor. Like, Skai is really gorgeous. She's really rich. And I think that really makes it hard for people to believe that gorgeous rich girls can be losers and can get wrapped up with crazy men just like any other woman. But best believe it's happening. At least the pictures look good. At least that looks good. It's just really disheartening that she could have had so much more ahead of her, but she chose to be a loser and hang with losers and just do loser activities. And now she has a baby daddy named Yerky Yerk. Yerky. Sorry, guys. And he has 4 other kids. And his other baby mama is complaining about him not taking care of his kids. So she'll probably be a single mom. I'm not wishing that on her. I really hope and pray that doesn't happen, but you know.
I would like to address the Skai Jackson situation, but in reality, I think the only people that should talk about it in a authentic and transparent way is women. How many times have we seen the situation in high school or college where you have this woman that's doing amazing things, she's on the right path in life, but her type, the men that she's attracted to, are the men that's going to bring her down. They're attracted to bummy dudes while she's up here prospering in life. And what happens every single time? This woman sits up here, deals with this bummy dude, her mental gets destroyed, some of the time they come out the situation pregnant, and now they ruined a segment of their life because they were chasing after this individual that could care less about them. I would also like to try to address the men that do this, but at the same time, something that some women need to understand is, how do I tell someone that what they're doing is wrong if their behavior is being rewarded with the women that they want? You really want me to try to convince someone that what they're doing is wrong, but yet they're getting the attention, they're getting the validation from what they want. They act that way and get the results that they want every time, but you want me to convince them that they're doing wrong. The only way they're going to understand what they're doing is wrong is when you guys take yourselves out that situation and they no longer have access to you. If what they're doing isn't getting them the results they want, I guarantee you their behavior would change. To address the Skai Jackson situation, but
You know what's sad is when black men have talked so much shit about black girls being this, being that, the men you choose, and then you see it actually happening. It's like you can't even argue with some of them because you literally see it in front of your face. It's like black women have been taking L's bad, you know? But a lot of men who claim to be good men are not always good men either. They're not always good men either. But that stereotypical bad boy, jail record, can't speak properly, loud, obnoxious, sags his pants, can't get a good job. And then you see women who are doing okay with their life, and that's who they're settling for. Even though there's a high amount of them in the black community. Black girls who want to keep it black do not have a lot to choose. It's just no. If you don't date out with different cultures of men, your selection of quality within your race is going to be low. That is a sad fact. And then they'll say, well, who's raising them? Okay, some black women do raise shitty black sons. That ain't I ain't do it. I didn't raise them. My thing is, if that's the case, like, do what black women have said. Stop giving birth to the children then. You can't do the job. It's time to cut off the factory. Time to end the product. The product ain't coming out right. She got too much going on, working, this and that. It ain't working out. We gonna cut the product off. What else is there to do? Since, black women can't produce enough good quality sons for everybody, then you're gonna have to halt production because there's a problem. They don't want to hear that either. So,
coming out to the world that she's pregnant now, but he needs to really come out and tell the truth before I do. And this is the last.
Okay, this is the man who claims that he's on the down low and that he's been sleeping with Skai Jackson's man. He got the pictures, he says, and he's going to come out with it if he doesn't say anything. He's been sleeping with me, is what he's saying.
Time I'm going to let everybody know before I show all the videos and pictures and all that stuff when I was up at your house. But you're such a gangbanger. Like, tell them all the stuff we do. And Skai Jackson, if you see this, don't try to overdo too much because it's normal. Everybody likes what they like. So you can't be the one that try to make that decision for him if he knows what he likes. But yeah, I'm about to post everything. She's pregnant now, but he needs to really come out and tell the truth before I do.
Okay, leave a heart in the chat if you think he's telling the truth, that he's been sleeping with her man and that her man is in fact on the down low. He sleeps with men. Leave a heart in the chat if you believe this man, that he has the photo evidence of them being together that he claims he's going to release. Leave a heart if you think her baby daddy is in fact on the down low in the chat. Scream says it's fake. Patricia says gay black men are jealous of beautiful black women. Guilty Angel gives us a heart. Uniquely Me gives us a heart. I got 2 hearts. Twisted Logic gives us a heart. All right, so some of you believe it's true. He is, in fact, on the down low. Only time will tell if this man releases the photos. We shall see. So now let's go into the next topic. I did not know I would be talking this long about Skai Jackson. Wow. Okay. So when this is over, in the first comment section, I'll have everything, this clip here, and then the next time here, this is the next subject. So, all right. So the next thing we are going to talk about, there is something going on. I did not watch the whole video. A trophy wife nightmare. She has a successful YouTube channel and TikTok where she shows women what to do. Very beautiful woman, how to get the man to provide for you. She says she follows Shera's advice and found a provider man who took care of her, and she was living the life. And people are now trying to blame Shera for what happened to this woman, which is ridiculous. From what I hear, he essayed the children. Let me tell you something. Broke men essay children and rich men essay children. Him being a provider ain't got nothing to do with what that disgusting thing that he did at all. But we're going to get into it, okay? Let's get into the trophy wife ISIS nightmare that just happened, where she landed the provider man, and now I believe she's going to press charges. He was touching the children that they had together. Let's see what she says.
Hi ladies, hi trophies, welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you're new here. If you hear any noise in the background, that's the new baby. A lot has happened since the last time that I recorded. I think the last time you guys saw me, I was in my second trimester, and yeah, I think I did post an update in the community section when the baby was born. And I said that I would be back soon, and that was a few months ago now. I thought that when I came back on here that it would be to maybe do like some kind of newborn favorites or meet my new baby or something like that, but unfortunately it's been a little over a month since I had to end up leaving my husband. I honestly don't even really know where to start with this, just because it's just such a hard topic. And I honestly thought that by the time I got on here that I wouldn't have any tears left because I've just cried so much. It's like I built this channel and this whole brand around being this man's wife and trying to teach other women how to attract good men and provider men and all these different things. And I truly held my husband, or saw him, as the bar for what every woman should, type of man that, or type of husband that every woman should aspire to have. And I didn't realize that the person I married was actually going to be my biggest nightmare. So basically, when I first met my husband, as I've already talked about in another video,
I can't speed up anything. It might be pausing a little bit because it says it's an overload on my computer. But she is pausing a lot. Like, this is the file. She's pausing a lot.
I think it was my single mom video. I explained, a little bit about how we met. And I really thought that that man was my Prince Charming. So when I first met my husband, I thought that he was my Prince Charming. I thought that he was my knight in shining armor, and he portrayed himself to be this amazing, upright, righteous Christian man. And I believed him. I think shortly after we got married, and this is something that I haven't talked about, I started noticing like certain things changed with him. And I just started to see a few things that I didn't like, but I honestly thought that some of these were things that I could get past. It's like sad to even say like I could get past some of these things. I don't even know where to start. 6 weeks ago, I was changing my daughter, my 4-year-old daughter, and I noticed that when I changed her, she was red and very sensitive. And immediately, my first thought was, did someone touch her? Oh, God. Gosh. So I asked her, I said, baby, did somebody touch you? And she ended up saying it was Daddy. I felt like my world ended on that day. My husband wasn't home at the time when she told me, but I knew he would be coming home soon, so all I could do was just say, don't tell him that you told me. And I just instantly started trying to think of how I could get my kids out of the house. Because I knew if I confronted him or asked him about it, that he would just lie. And that he would probably just continue to keep doing stuff to her, but just become more covert or more sneaky or whatever. As soon as my husband got home, he was actually picking up the boys from school, my 2 older boys from school. As soon as he got home, I told him that I was gonna go Halloween shopping with my sister because I just needed an excuse to get out of the house with all the kids. And I knew if I said something like, oh, I'm going to the grocery store, that it would be suspicious. Like, why am I bringing all the kids and like packing things like things that we would need and things like that. So going Halloween shopping was the best thing I could think of to just hurry up and get the kids out of the house. I'm sorry, I had to get myself together. So when I got to the hospital, they basically told me that we had to go to another hospital because they didn't do physical exams, like that kind of physical exam there. So a police officer escorted the kids and I to another hospital where they were able to evaluate my daughters. It ended up coming out that he had actually been touching both of my daughters, who are only 2 and 4 years old. It still feels like a dream. Like, when this first happened, I just kept waking up every day and just hoping that this was a dream. Because it's literally my worst nightmare. It's my worst nightmare. I myself am a product of RAPE. That's how I came to be. And was also, abused as a child by a neighbor's husband. And I specifically prayed to God that my children would never, ever, ever have to go through this. And I'm just not quite sure how this happened, why this happened. I just don't know how he was able to get away with it and so sneaky, because with my own trauma, I watch my kids like a hawk. Like, I don't like them sitting on people's laps. None of that. And he knows how much I cannot stand men like him. And to think like I couldn't even go to sleep in my own house and know that my children are safe. Just by me going to sleep, my children were left unprotected. So I don't know what the future of this channel is going to be. I don't know if I'm going to change the name or what. Yeah.
Lord. Okay, I was looking in the chat. I got my little notes written down. Let me calm down. Where do I want to start? I can't imagine what she's going through. That is a nightmare, because you don't think the father of the children is going to be touching the daughters. You don't think my husband is going to be sexually attracted to my 2-year-old and 4-year-old, our 2-year-old and 4-year-old. Not only that, he already knew that she was born from grape. He already knew she didn't like the children sitting on people's laps, and that she does not like grapists. And he was a grapist, and she didn't know. You cannot blame this woman. There have been people online. I never understand why you blame some of the women. She didn't do anything. Most women don't suspect it. You know how many men are grapists? Who are your father and your cousins and your uncles who have raped somebody? Who pretend to be nice and sweet with you at family gatherings because you're family and you don't have a clue that they raping children? It happens all the time. Now, I will say that this is not going to stop women from pursuing men who can provide. I was going to use Kevin Samuels' word, high value men. It's not just about money. But women are not going to stop wanting men who can take care of them because of this story. Broke men grape their children too, every day, all day. You don't know who's going to do it all the time. Okay? And Kevin Samuels, yes, I saw in the chat, Kevin Samuels did tell that black woman. He said, who you going to choose? Me or the kids? If your daughter is taking a shower and says that I was looking at her and she come to you and we got kids together, she ain't my child, but I got kids with you, and she tell you I was looking at her, who you gonna choose? Or you gonna let her break up the family? Or you don't choose your daughter up over me? That's what Kevin Samuels said. Kevin Samuels promoted not believing your children when they say the stepdaddy been looking at them. I saw the episode. That's why I'm amazed that so many of you would follow a demon like that. He did say that. Also, someone said that she was raped by him, her husband, 4 times at the beginning of the marriage. I'm not 100% sure if that's true. But husbands raping their wives does happen. It took a long time for the courts to determine that that's still a crime, because they felt like he can't rape you. He's your husband. Yes, you can, holding me down and making me take it and I'm fighting you off. That's rape. Okay? So what else? I'm wondering, sometimes there are not signs. Most women don't suspect their baby father and husband is going to grape the children. Not when he's effing you and appears to be attracted to grown women. See, this is why, and that's why when people say women like me are crazy because we don't want the man changing the diaper, I already said men's private areas will get erect at the sight of a vagina. Doesn't matter how little it is, it's a vagina. He knows it's a vagina, his eyes gonna go like this. Even when he sees it, he's gonna get hard. Whether he believes in F's and children or not, that's the reaction a lot of them are gonna have. I told you the story of the woman who trusted her boyfriend to give her daughter a bath, heard the baby screaming in the bathroom, said, what's going on? He made up an excuse, found out he raped the baby, the toddler, when he was giving it a bath, because he saw the private parts and all of that, and it's disgusting. You cannot trust men. Even if you think, look at this, you think you can trust them. That private part get erect, they will stick it in almost anything and take it. No self-control, sick in the head, animal. Fathers, uncles, cousins. And this is a damn shame. I should be able to trust the father of my children with our children. But when you see stuff like this, you can't. What do? Stop letting him change their diapers. I mean, I should be able to leave my daughter alone with her own daddy. Driving in the car, going somewhere, holding daddy's hand. My baby should be allowed to sit in daddy's lap. That's the daddy. But being that we don't all know who the hell we're marrying and seeing this type of stuff happen, my big question I'm wondering is, how soon did she marry him? Did she jump in the marriage without fully doing a psychological test in some type of way or noticing stuff? You know, sometimes you don't see the signs. A lot of people say we need to wait till marriage to F our man. So you ain't gonna know if he a great woman until the marriage day or afterwards. You can notice small signs like grabbing your arm and your wrist too hard, that aggressiveness. Even when you're having SCX with him, if he's grabbing onto your wrist and when you make a movement, he grips up on that shit real hard and he won't let you move out the position, that can be a sign right there. He's aggressive. He grabs very hard. He won't let you move during SCX when you're uncomfortable, and he puts all his pressure down on you. Then that can give you some clues this guy could be a rapist. But a lot of times you don't always see it. But I do wonder, how soon did she marry him? Because, well, I got my dream guy. He's a provider, a protector, or so I think. A dream has come true, and maybe she rushed into marriage. But whether she did or not, this was going to happen because he's a rapist. You know what I'm saying? I believe she should be able to press charges because she took her daughters to get a physical exam. So hopefully photos were taken. There's evidence of it. The daughter said it. So she can divorce him, get a restraining order, put charges on him for SCX. Can't say certain words. They have proof. She went to the doctor. She got the photo evidence and everything like that. Let me see what's being said in the chat. Let me see. So, after changing my niece's diapers, I don't even want my women to shave down there anymore. I'm confused. Razor, after changing my niece's diapers, I don't even want my woman to shave. Why don't you want her to shave it? I mean, some women shave and some women don't. I don't want a wild jungle. It is nice if your man doesn't care if it's shaved or not, so you can relax and don't have all this pressure on you for it to be perfectly shaved. But it is good to have it shaved for hygiene purposes, in my opinion. Or some trimming. You got to do some trimming. At least do some trimming. People will let complete strangers watch their kids. Yeah, that is crazy. Women cannot vet males, says Trishina. B. Millie says, if you're not safe against your husband, your children are lambs. Jackie says, I think she hurried up and married him. Honey Lamore says, my aunt's son is 16 years old, was accused by his 12-year-old sister on the dad's side. My aunt said stepmom lied to push him out, but he gave a hickey to a 5-year-old and said she wanted it. And where was the 21 something? I don't know. But basically he was touching on people. Damn. Okay. So. So she's made her video. Hold on. Razor says, I don't want a woman to try to look pre-guessing. You can do it. But if a guy is adamant about it, it's a sign he's attracted to young children. So Razor is saying in the chat, if a man really wants your coochie to be shaved and bald, He's probably attracted to children. I don't know. I find that older men like it hairy, but a lot of guys tend to like it bald. They think it look clean. Personally, I was raised to shave. My mother taught me that your coochie needs to be shaved. It's clean. Of course, you got to wash it for it to be clean, but you need to keep it shaved. I mean, but if you just relaxing and stuff, you ain't. I mean, it can be wild and all that stuff. And if you meet a man that don't mind it being not shaved, okay. But you should at least trim it. You should at least trim it, the sides, the edges, trim it some, keep it. I mean, you do what you want. That's your coochie. Do what you want at the end of the day. So, so, hold on. Let me not say too much with that, but so she made her video. Now she needs to press charges. Now, I don't know all of what's going on, but she needs to press charges immediately. You do it as fast as possible. She has to come up with a plan. She probably is living in a separate home right now or something. It's dangerous. You have to be careful too. A man like that, you come around the house, he might kill you. He might murk you. Seriously. So she needs to get a restraining order. She needs to be able to, before that, find a way to get all her stuff into storage. Maybe she has family or friends that will let her stay with them. And press charges, get him arrested, hopefully get him in jail, get the divorce finalized, sue him. You still have to take care of children. So he needs to be dealt with financially too, so that you are okay and the kids. And keep him the hell away from your children. And when you do move somewhere, it is a location he does not have access to. Period. Block him from social media, everything. So the truth is that you never know who's going grape. You never know who is going to grape. That's the scary part. You don't always know who you married to. One sign that a man could possibly be dangerous is if he's overly sexual. He has an extremely high libido. He can't keep his hands off you every 5 seconds, every morning, every night. He's like a madman. He has to have sex. Extremely, extremely high X drive. Men like this, it can be a good thing. He's healthy. He wants to do it a lot. Okay, we can do it. My thing is, if it's an out of control libido, if you're not around, there could be a high chance he'll target the children. Because he needs a release, he has to get it done. He has a sex problem, very high sex drive. It doesn't mean he'll grape the kids, but it's a even stronger possibility because he constantly has to have it every day, every morning, every night. And if you're not there to do it for him, what makes you think he might not look at the daughter and like, come here, do this for me? Maybe he might not penetrate her, but he might make her give him head. Stuff like that, which is still sodomy, sex assault. So it's just scary. If you can't even trust the father of your children, what do you do? And she did the right thing by believing her daughters, plotting and planning how to get out the house and taking them to get a physical exam with proof that he did it. Now the next step is filing them damn charges and everything else I said. So I wish her well. For me, this is not going to deter me or any other woman from wanting to provide a man. That ain't going to change just because of this story. Because plenty of men who provide for their families are not graping their children. And plenty of broke men are graping their children. The point is, men will grape whether they have money or not. But it is a lesson in it of you can't believe just because he seems to be Prince Charming that he will be. You can't believe just because he has a good job that makes him a good man. And that's been in the black community for years, especially your grandmas will say, you need to get with him. He got a good job. It's like, well, that doesn't make him a good man. He might be beating me or something. A good job and career it's not the whole thing. It's a part of it. Now, some of you said that Shera just did a live where she said that this woman was stupid. I don't know. I will be looking on her channel and I will look to see if she said that. I don't know if it's true or not. I wondered if Shera was going to make a statement about this, since people are including her in this because she is a follower of, Shera's teachings and everything. So I will be looking later on today if Shera actually said that. People say stuff in the chat. I don't know 100% if it's true or not. But, ladies, you have to try to be careful, but sometimes you can do everything right and it's still not enough. You don't always know who you're marrying. And men's animalistic nature, 50% of men are grapists. Even if he hasn't raped, they have it in them to grape. A number of them. And a lot of men have no idea what they would do if the punani supply is cut off, how animalistic they will turn. And they also, some men do know themselves and they'll say, I don't want to change the diaper. They won't tell you the reason, though. They won't tell you the reason he's uncomfortable changing his daughter's diapers or giving her a bath is because his penis gets hard when he sees her private parts. And maybe he didn't want it to happen, but he's uncomfortable. And maybe he knows he's an animal. He don't know what he might do. But he ain't going to directly tell you that. Oh, yeah. So it's a shame. It's just a shame. So, damn, look in the chat. Lone Wolf says, we are aggressive. This is a man. He's in the chat. He says we are aggressive and animalistic. Yeah, we know. Some of us do, but a lot of women are naive, because I've seen a lot of women saying, why do some of you women don't want your man to change the baby's diapers? I mean, you don't even trust him? Do you see these stories? Not only that, but when you know men, no, I don't. I know how easy they get hard. But you think just because it's a little vagina that ain't gonna happen? He knows it's a vagina. The sight of it can cause that to happen. Y'all really underestimate how animalistic they are. Do you not watch the news? They're graping lizards now in India. And dead bodies. Chop. So you gotta be careful. Lone Wolf says we find it inappropriate. Well, if y'all want to raise the kids, that's why I always wonder when men have custody of their kids, how you going to teach your daughters how to wash? The mama ain't there. Somebody got to show her how to wash. Do you even know how to wash a vagina properly? And you have your daughter growing up being funky because her daddy that raised her didn't teach her how to wash her ass. But then again, y'all are uncomfortable. So, Lord... That's why they might say get other women in the family to try to help her. But I'm just saying. And maybe the women in the family, if they funky, they ain't gonna help your daughter, teaching her the wrong way how to wash. But hopefully they're not. So, I wish her well, and I'm sure we will be updated with what's going on. Okay? And she needs to know she has a lot of support, and that a lot of people do not blame her for this happening. All right. So the next topic, Mike Tyson. I used to watch boxing a lot back in the day. I used to watch HBO boxing. I had a favorite boxer, Prince Nassim Hamed. I think it was just Prince Nassim. He used to get everybody hyped up. And Tyson is one of the greatest living legend boxers. And I actually met Mike Tyson. I actually have some stories, y'all. I thought about it. I said, wow, no one would believe some of my stories. But I met Mike Tyson at the corner store. I was in the city and I walked in and Mike Tyson was there. I was with my cousin. We said hi and he autographed our paper bag, and then he offered us a job to clean after his birds. He loves pigeons. I did think about the grape case and I said no. I do not know if he really raped that woman, just like I really don't know if Michael Jackson raped them kids. I just don't know. But so I can't say it's 100% true, but it's a part of history with him. But I did meet Mike Tyson, and he is one of the greatest fighters that has ever lived. No one could touch him. He knocked out everybody. No, I mean, boxers would shake before fighting him. And he's called Iron Mike for a reason. So basically, people are saying that the fight he had with Jake was Jake Logan. I know he has a brother. It's Paul and Jake Logan. Or Logan Paul, Jake Paul. I get them a little bit confused. And they're saying that boxing is just turned into is laughable now what they did. And I believe the fight was rigged. This fight was rigged. Mike Tyson was going to knock him out. He kept biting his glove because he had to stop being animalistic. We know he takes medicine. He gets crazy in the ring. He bit that man's ear off a few years ago. So he had to control himself. They said there was a contract that he could not hit him in the face. No, it was rigged. He was paid $20 million and the other guy was paid $40 million. He went 8 rounds with him and he did the job, but it was rigged. It wasn't real. Okay? He said himself, as you can see on the screen, he says, this is one of those situations where you lost, but you still won. I almost passed away in June. Read between the lines. He said, you lost, but you still won. I lost the fight, but I got paid $20 million. Mike Tyson used to be worth $300 million, and then he lost it all. He has children. He needed the money. So he did it. People are saying Mike lost his integrity. He lost. No, he already did what he had to do. He's already in the history books. Everybody knows he could have knocked that guy out. Everybody knows it. They were barely throwing punches, okay? So this is the guy he was fighting. Boxing has not been the same in years. That's why I stopped watching it. I'm tired of seeing these bony, scrawny men fighting. It's just why I like heavyweights. I want to see some built men fighting. I don't want to see these little chicken bones fighting in the ring. I can't take it. There hasn't been a Mike Tyson in years. Okay, so let me read a little bit more of what he said. And they said Netflix was glitching. A lot of people couldn't even see the fight. All right. He says again, this is one of those situations where you lost, but you still won. I'm grateful for last night. No regrets getting in the ring for one last time. I almost passed away in June, 8 blood transfusions. I lost half of my blood and 25 pounds in the hospital. I had to get ready to fight and get healthy, so I won. To have my children see me stand toe-to-toe and finish 8 rounds with a talented fighter half my age in front of a packed Dallas Cowboy stadium is an experience that no man has the right to ask for. Thank you. Okay, now, I don't often watch women's boxing. I don't really like always seeing women punching each other like that. I can try to get into it. I did not see that. I didn't even know this fight was happening until the night it happened. When everyone was talking about it on TikTok, I said, hold on, Mike Tyson is fighting tonight? Why didn't I hear about this? And I had to come right here on YouTube to get updated and see some of it. And Mike Tyson was not throwing the punches back. We know damn well this was rigged. We know, and I'm going to show you how we know. Look at this. Okay. Mike Tyson was whooping the hell out of this training guy. And it's another one that's even more than this. He was fast. He was punching with force. Everything you see up here, he did not do in the ring when he fought that guy. He did it in training, but once he got in the ring, he held back and did not do this to that man. That's how we know that it's rigged, and he did it because he needed the money. And they want to make this guy, Jake or Paul or Logan, Jake, they want to make him like the new man of boxing. And I heard that it's just, at the end of the day, he knows who he is as far as a boxer. And it's crazy to me that there were people who were actually literally saying, trying to downplay Mike, who are Generation Z or something. I'm like, do you have a clue who this guy is? Do you not know about Mike Tyson? Did you not see the videos of how he knocked men out the first round over and over, and people were scared to death to fight this man? Biting an ear and just whooping the hell out of people within one punch. Do you not know who this guy was fighting? Some people said that well, look, Guilty Angel says people don't know what, does integrity mean anything? Not to people when they have their children to feed. He lost his money, and he did it to have money to give to himself and his children. So he put his pride aside, faked the fight, signed the contract not to knock that man out. He got paid $40 million, and Tyson got paid $20 million. I thought that it was messed up though. I'm like, you know what? Why come Mike Tyson just can't fight? If he just like do another fight against someone your age and then knock him out and then show, look, yeah, I still got it like that. Y'all know damn well that was rigged. So people were saying that before the fight, if you look at his eyes, he had looked really sad, like he was walking in knowing that he was going to let down his fans and pretend to not know how to box no more and collect the $20 million. So he said, you know, this is the situation where I did lose, but I won. I lost the fight. I lost a little bit of my dignity and my reputation, just a tad bit. But then again, I am 58. So people were like, what the hell is he doing fighting a 58-year-old? I'm old now, but I'm going to get this check. If Mike Tyson did not lose his wealth and still had $300 million in his name, I guarantee you he would have knocked the hell out of that man. He would not have held back. He would have fought him like we know he would have easily won if he had money. The only reason he lost that fight was because he needed the money. At the end of the day, people understand why he did it, a number of people, and it doesn't change that he is Iron Mike. He is Iron Mike. He always will be. Boxers look up to him. They watch his videos to try to fight like him. Even boxers right now, they still would not fight this man. If they had to fight Tyson, they still would say absolutely not, because they know the truth. They know he will beat the hell out of them. And they do show respect to him because he's 58 years old, and they're like, well, he's our elder now, so we're not going to fight him. The guy that he fought, Jake, he's known to not fight anybody his age, and I find that to be weird. Why aren't you fighting boxers your age? That boxer named Gervonta says he wants to fight him. And I would maybe watch it. I'm not sure. To me, boxing just ain't the same. Figure skating ain't the same since Michelle Kwan left. And since Tyson, boxing hasn't really been the same to me. So, sorry if y'all can hear some noise out there. So a lot of people were upset though because Netflix was glitching and they were like, they were barely hitting each other and that it was rigged. Tyson lost on purpose and we ain't never watching boxing again. They now turn this into entertainment and we can't take what they did. Okay. Valentina says, Jake Paul is rich and he didn't need the money. That's what I heard. I heard him and his brother were rich and got into boxing and you know, Floyd, it ain't the same. Floyd Mayweather is one of the top boxers, but he's so skinny and little. I can watch it, but I don't like watching really skinny, tiny men fight. I like to see heavyweights fight. I can watch it, but it's just not, it ain't hitting the same like seeing Tyson and them fight like that. So, interesting. Jake Paul is an entertainer and social media mogul. Damn. So apparently this might be Tyson's last fight. I wonder why, though. I mean, he's in top shape still. But I guess maybe he's tired. Who knows? He might surprise people and come back just to show, oh, you really thought I couldn't fight? I got my 20 million. Let me do one more fight. Let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. I don't know. But let me see that training video one last time. Okay, now we're going to talk about something real quick. The legendary fine Shemar Moore. Okay, I'm going to start it all. I'm not going to hold back. Sorry if y'all can hear this loud noise outside. Someone's mowing the lawn. Tell me the truth. Leave a heart in the chat if you believe the rumors that Shemar Moore is gay. I don't know why this man has been accused of being gay since the damn 1990s. But maybe somebody knows something we don't. Leave a heart if you believe Shemar Moore is gay. Because some people swear to God this man is not straight. This fine ass man. Now don't get me wrong, a lot of gay men do be looking good. They be built fine, clean shaven. Some of the best looking men you will ever see are gay. They take better care of themselves. It's just the truth. So a lot of us women can be attracted to gay men because if you like a clean, good-looking man, some of them tend to be gay. But raggedy men be gay too these days too. So I don't see a heart yet. Okay, so I guess y'all don't believe the rumors. Okay, so I mean, people look, anything is possible. I just feel like I've never heard rumors of who he was with. Like I heard Tyson Bedford was gay. I've been hearing this for years that Tyson is gay. But it's like, well, who are they dating? Because you never hear about who they are dating. Oh, damn. Damn. There's some hearts coming in. Honey L'Amour. I don't know. It's just because he's really good looking. They said he gay. But I've never heard of who he was with. But what they're saying now, because look, and I don't know. I mean, anything is possible. He dated Halle Berry. He dated Toni Braxton. Some people will say, oh, those was just beards. You know, he did it to make himself appear to be straight and all this stuff. But he lying. Why a man that fine ain't got no wife yet? What's going on with Shemar and this and that? So, let's see. This is what he said. That's his baby mama. I heard, who does she got a child by? She got a child by somebody else. Some black man that's really popular or famous. I can't. So he says he has no plans to get married. He called his girlfriend his partner in crime. It says that he told People magazine that his girlfriend, what's her name? I gotta get closer in. Jessere Dixon. He has a daughter with her. He says she is his partner in crime. He doesn't have any desire to tie the knot with anyone. He don't want to get married to any woman. He says, it's his choice though. It's his choice. He says, I did not have a good role model of marriage in my life. Not my mother, not my father. Nobody close to me. I struggle with who made this rule. I asked my mother one time, if people got married, then what's this prenup thing? Oh, I love you. You're the most amazing person in the world, but sign this. So you don't trust the person. So you're telling me you can't get married without a prenup? This is an excuse. He said to me, it's just like tomorrow's not guaranteed, but I'll give you everything. I got today and tomorrow. She is my partner. She is the mother of our child, Frankie. Frankie has a dope mama, and I'm going to be a dope daddy. And we're going to do that until God calls my name. Man, what is up with this? You can miss me with the prenup bullcrap, because if you have a problem with the prenup, then get married without one then. You know what I'm saying? He's making an excuse. Just say, I don't want to get married. The big question is why? Why doesn't he want to get married? He's like 50-something years old. What's the problem? You can make children with women, but yet you can't commit to them? And people are saying it's because he's gay. I'm like, well, if he's gay, he's still been dating women as beard. So what does it matter if he get? Why couldn't he get married if he was gay? He dating women and gay supposedly. I don't know. It's just weird. Let's see. I'm looking in the chat. Let me see. This is how a lot of Hollywood gets down. All of them doing something strange. When you have financial security, is marriage necessary? If you are a woman who wants to get married, I want to be a wife. I want to be able to say I am a wife. I want to say that is my husband. Especially women who are religious, which are a lot. Marriage is important. Also, marriage, even if it doesn't matter if I have money, something could go wrong or something, I still need marriage. If I don't want to, I'm going to have contracts and stuff like that. But yeah, a lot of marriage is not just a piece of paper. If something happens to you and you end up in the hospital, you're not allowed to save him or make decisions because you're not his wife, and they won't allow that. And what's the problem with giving a woman your name and everything like that if she wants it? Shemar says he is not gay. I mean, at the end of the day, we don't know who he's sleeping with. He could be gay. He might not be. I don't know. I know he was fine in his prime. He still looked good older. But who knows? But he claims he don't want to get married. I'm so sick of seeing this with so many of these black men. Now, yeah, I know people will say, well, Shemar is biracial. He is old school biracial. He grew up identifying as a black man, and he is seen as a black man in many parts of this country. And he has the mentality of this anti-marriage crap. I'm so sick of it. But do what you want. If she's fine with it, that's up to her. She's down with it, that's up to her. You know, and my views have changed as I've gotten older. You know, I understand why sometimes marriages don't happen, but I still need some sort of protection. I still need you to provide for me. Hold on. Shemar says, how can you say he's gay if you only see him with women? Because plenty of gay men date women to appear to be straight and don't want to come out the closet. Shemar is like 50 years old. Older black men would never come out the closet on average. Comes from a generation of being closeted. This new stuff, I'm trans and all this stuff, this is some new stuff. Being open with it like that. Plus his whole fan base is a lot of women. He don't want to come out if he was gay. A lot of them don't. And maybe he's just bisexual, but I didn't say he gay though. I said he could be gay. That's what they say. This is a rumor that's been going on since the 1990s, baby. So I don't know what people saw, but that's what they've been saying. I don't know. I don't know for sure. Again, he was with Tony, allegedly. He was in one of her videos too. And Holly Berry. So I don't know. Maybe he goes both ways. I don't know for sure, and I'm not saying that is all true. I don't think we'll ever know the truth, really. I know he's very charming, well-spoken, keeps himself in shape, and I don't know. All right. So I'm about to open the phone line. Just if anyone wanted to give their opinion about anything that we've talked about today, you can call in. So I wanted to tell you, leave a heart if you like the movie Orphan. Part 3 is going to come out. I'm so happy to hear this. If you didn't see the first one, you need to see Orphan first, Kill. Watch that because that shows you what happened before Orphan. It's called Orphan. Watch Orphan first, Kill. She's in it, the original actress. It is absolutely incredible. And now part 3, I can't wait because all of them have been good. So I just wanted to tell you that if you haven't seen it. Okay. Also, speaking of craziness, Megan Fox. So many men love Megan Fox. She said she realized her son was supposed to be a boy, supposed to be a girl, at 2 years old. She got her son dressing in girl clothes at 2. Baby, how did you realize your son, who can't even talk properly at 2, was supposed to be a girl? Do you see the craziness? Do you see the craziness? Why would she do that? Why would you dress your 2-year-old son in girl's clothes who can't even talk and put a sentence together? Oh, he was supposed to be a girl. I realized he was supposed to be a girl at 2. Now she dressing him up and confusing her son. And then when he grow up all mentally ill, don't know if he want to be straight or gay, because his mama had him dressing up as a damn girl at 2. This woman is out her damn mind. She needs to be arrested. All right. So, hold on. I'm trying to. Oh, hold on. I will call this person back. I see you from California. I will call you back in like 10 minutes. About 10 minutes. The show will be over. Not over. I'm going to then, open up the phone lines completely. All right, so she's out of her mind. Megan Fox is out of her mind, and you see it here. She's a nut job. She is. I don't know how else to say it. All right, let's go. Let me see what the next story is. Oh, speaking of mental illness, which has been the topic of today especially, it's true that race really doesn't exist that much, but we live in a world that does look at you based on your skin tone, your facial features, your hair texture, the way you dress, and try to figure out who you are, and will treat you a certain way. This guy says that he's transracial. Says that he is a white woman within. He says, I was born black and male, but I identify as a white woman because race is not real. You know what was so funny? Is that people said, if race is not real, then why do you identify as a white woman? Why are you identifying as a white woman if race is not real? Why didn't you just say, I'm a human? Instead, you said you're a white woman. So race still does exist because you want to identify as a white woman. But he can say he's a white woman, but society is not going to let him be a white woman. And I do think it's unfair. If a man can say he's a woman and he clearly is not a woman, then why can't I be any race that I feel I am or that I culturally feel similar to? I can say anything I want. You can't tell me who and what I am. I mean... This might be the new thing, though. This might be the new thing. We'll see. We shall see. So, all right. Now I need you, if you are in the New York City area, I need you to be careful, especially just look at this.
Women in New York, you need to be on high alert because if y'all thought those bunching incidents were something, you ain't seen nothing yet. This man, Michael Blount, is an ex-con SMEX offender. He was arrested for raping a 12-year-old in 2013 and got out in 2020, so that's only 7 years, and is on parole until 2025. On November 5th, At around 10:50 p.m., he walked up behind a woman who was waiting for the Brooklyn-bound A train, pulled her by her hair, and sliced her face with a razor blade. This is what I'm going to say to y'all. These men are angry, and especially these ones. They are encouraging each other to harm us in random acts of violence when we go outside. Many of them are literally waiting on the go from their new weirdo president. If you are a woman and you live in a major city right now, your only concern should be your health and safety every time you walk out that door. When you're in the train station, stand against a wall. Take your headphones out. You need to be able to hear the environment around you. Always have something that will stop someone else from hurting you further on you, if you get what I mean. Late at night, make sure your hair is not hanging. Put it in a bun, put it in a braid, tuck it into your clothing. Do not let anyone walk toward you. Do not let men walk toward you. Always follow their path and make sure you're on your way in another direction if you see them looking at you and coming toward you. Ladies, things are going to get much worse before they get better, and I really need y'all to be on your tippy toes because there are men who are leaving their homes, well, their baby mamas or their grandmas or their mama's home in the morning, and their only goal and intention for the day is to find a woman who is outside slipping so they can hurt her in order to feel better about themselves. I need y'all to lock in mentally because they are angry and their violence is only going to escalate.
All right, ladies. So if you are in New York, in that area, you have to be careful. We have been hearing about the men throwing people on the train tracks more and more and more. He already slashed a woman and pushed her onto the tracks. Oh my God. It's scary. It's scary. And it doesn't seem to be like this is slowing down with these men pushing people onto the tracks. It's absolutely scary as I don't know what. My God. Okay.
Aliens are in the ocean. And different Congress and U.S. government officials just came out with a whole hearing and just told us everything we needed to know about these UFO sightings. Now, instead of UFOs, they mainly call them UAPs, which is any object that's in the air or sea that can't be immediately unidentified or explained, because they try to avoid the alien stigma of the term UFO. But they literally just had this huge meeting Wednesday, and all four of these men that were the witnesses were like retired people in the Navy and different branches high up in the military and government. And each one of these men talked about different situations with the UFOs underwater. And one of the men talked about how there was an unidentified underwater craft following a U.S. submarine. And he said nothing that they knew of technology-wise could replicate that. And the speed of the object was faster than anything they could think of. He kept saying it was like an underwater torpedo. And this man, I believe his name is Elizondo, he went more in depth about the stuff that's going on more than anybody. Because in this whole hearing, they're telling us this stuff, but they are very cautious at what they say. And he said that there is excessive secrecy. And he said it has been used to hide the fact that we are not alone and we haven't been alone for a long time. And in this hearing, the people would ask them questions like, do you believe that the government is aware of this stuff? And they all was like, yes. They've been knew what was going on for a minute now. They asked them, do they believe that some people can communicate with them? And they said yes. This whole hearing is actually very crazy because like these are like high up men and branches of the military and like the government. Serious men that I highly doubt would be coming up with some alien stories. And men that actually has families and lives to go back to. And this could be a dangerous topic. And like I said, one slip up could have messed up everything. So they had to be very cautious at what they told us. So that just makes me think like everything that I talk about in the ocean, I just know it's real. That's why I just believe everything in the Bermuda Triangle is a portal. I believe that they're mermaids. What if aliens were mermaids? Like, what if they're in cahoots with each other? Like, people believe that these underwater kingdom creatures are demonic. So we've been in cahoots and we having these demons that's living in our oceans that we swim in. It's a lot, y'all. It is a lot. And they just keep telling us like they had a literal meeting last year about the same topic. Not too many people talked about it. Like they're literally telling us this stuff and people still don't believe. I know some people are like, oh, I had to see it to believe it. Did you see dinosaurs and you believe it? No, you only believe it because they taught us that in school, but you did not see that. The same way they have fossils and stuff, that's how we know that they're true. These people are literally telling us there's actual unknown spacecrafts in our oceans that they have seen, and there's some parts of it hidden. Is that not enough for y'all to believe, y'all? But my thing is, why are they now? Why are they now telling us this stuff? What is happening? What are they preparing us for? Because at the end of the day, they told us. They can't say they did not tell us. It's the law of nature or something. They gotta tell us. They gotta tell us. But let me know what y'all think about the fact that these aliens could be in our oceans. Aliens are in the ocean.
At the end of the day, there's nothing we can do about it. Nothing we can do. The aliens have been around for a long time and they don't show themselves. And maybe one day they will. A lot of people just don't care anymore. The government has been saying stuff forever. So I believe it. I mean, look how big the ocean is. We don't have a clue what's down there. I just wonder, how can they go down there and their machines don't break apart because of the pressure of so much water on top of them? I don't know, but they have technology that's just greater than ours. And I don't know why people say that everything in the ocean is demonic. There's life on the surface. Humans, cats, horses. There's life in the ocean. Why do they have to be bad things because they're in the ocean? Maybe because they eat humans, just like you eat a chicken or a fish or a deer. I don't know. So may the truth come out. We'll never really know the whole truth. I don't think so. So now I'm going to open up the phone line. Someone did call. So, all right, give me a quick little second. I have the number on the screen. Give me a second, y'all. So let me take a sip of water. Let me get the phone thing. I'm going to make a call. I'm going to call the person back who called. Okay, 1 minute, y'all. And if anyone else wants to call in to share your opinion about what you heard today, you can call in. All right, so give me a second. Let's see the first person. The first caller. This should be interesting. All right. Okay, so the person who called me from California is no longer, well, they didn't answer. They did not answer. So does anyone want to call in? Do you have an opinion? Does anyone have an opinion about the topics that we talked about today that you would like to call in and let everyone know what you feel? This is your chance, baby. Oh, hold on. Okay. Hello? Hello, give me one quick second. Y'all, make sure you let me know in the chat if you can hear her good. Okay, so I have the microphone up. All right, make sure I'm not on speaker or Bluetooth, because sometimes that affects how people can hear. Okay, so what do you think? What topic do you want to talk about that you heard about?
Let's tap in on Skai Jackson, Shemar Moore.
Okay.
And let's just pick those two for right now.
Okay. What do you think?
Okay, so with the Skai Jackson situation, as being a California native, yes, it's all about proximity. Depending on the area you grew up in, your family background, and overall your trajectory to life. A lot of black girls unfortunately, no matter how vast her opportunities are, always default to black, no matter the situation. Light skin, dark skin, mix, it doesn't matter. They always default to black, and they will typically not align themselves with other men if they don't feel personally they can keep up with their standard of life or mix or intertwine with their families. Yeah, you have some that are very naive and will pretty much just roll with the punches for the sake of belonging. But at the end of the day, she's still hearing from her mother, her aunts, her grandmothers, everyone else, that she has to be there for the black man. That's who her helpmate is. She might come from a generation of married women. She might come from a generation of single women. But when it all comes back down to it, that man's approval, that man's love is ultimately what they seek at the end of the day. The man to which she got with, once again, she wanted that bad boy flair. She's not thinking about stability. She's not thinking about the man providing for her household because she probably didn't have a mirror. I've never seen her father ever mentioned or pictured. We've always seen her mother. And her mother is very problematic in itself.
She is?
In a sense of, allowing her bullying nature. Coming to her defense in areas in which she's wrong, such as Jewel's, when she was messing with Beyonce's nephew. He was underage.
Oh.
And she was just coming of age, but they had a sexual relationship since he was about 16 years old. But at the end of that relationship, he did revenge porn on her and went on a text message tirade of colorist statements for her. He continually reminded her of who she was, in spite of her Disney status. So same with this man. She might just be attracted to the same type of personality and attributes of the man. That toughness, that gather me, that get me together, that represents masculinity, toxic masculinity, but that's what it represents.
Do you think
she has access to men all... Oh, sorry.
Do you think this makes us look like something is mentally wrong with us, like we're slow or something as black women?
It definitely does. And it comes down to just the way that we're approached in public. If you kind of see that a black woman has a sense of herself, has herself together, a black man and black women alike will akin you to dating white men, dating Asians, dating whoever, not black, because they correlate being treated right, not belonging to the black community. And that's a sickness in itself. Black women will question you, young and old. And same with men. They know what their default nature is for themselves personally, and they know how they treat women. So they just conclude that if we're not all treated as a monolith, that what is it about you that's so special that somebody would actually want to treat you right? I mean, just even an approach of sex, most men won't even care about protecting themselves for the sheer factor of, if I get her pregnant, she can handle that because she's a black woman. That's expected of her. But you talking marriage, commitment, planning?
So we're effing up ourselves. So we're effing up our own, we're effing up the way we market ourselves and our value.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Very much so. And it all comes down to, your integrity, your esteem, your character, all those things come into play. You can be a white-collared corporate woman, or you can be the hood rat working at the fast food place. Intersectionality, it just doesn't matter when it comes down to the man who ultimately wants to choose you. It's not about your options. If you're only going to the one place or you have a one-track mind, you're going to attract the same people. But if you have hobbies, interests, you're going skating, you're going paddleboarding, it's various areas to which you market yourself to which you're deemed acceptable. White folks have a hierarchy, a scale of how they treat us already, so they ultimately determine, okay, yeah, we'll let this one stay around. But they love a step-a-step black man. And that's who they will keep around. They'll let him stay around and clown. So just intersecting that with Shemar Moore. I think when it comes to black men in Hollywood, the less hypersexual a man is generally eventually where they will start labeling him gay. He has access to all these beautiful women. Why ain't he talking about smashing this one, pounding this one out? It's always, again, toxic masculinity. If one actually treats one with respect, dignity, all the above, he's generally married to another. So it's all about how, like you said, we do market ourselves and what we do accept. He ultimately makes a decision, on the women who come across him. The women ain't necessarily getting down on what, well, yes, they are. It's Shemar Moore.
Yeah,
but
he's
essentially...
I'm sorry.
Oh, go ahead, sir.
No, I'm saying I think Shemar has slept with a lot of women that we don't know about.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Just like all men. It's like, you only going to see either the creme de la creme or just the woman that he can, present to the fore. Just like they might be smashing down a less attractive woman in the background by the thousands. He's only going to present the beautiful woman. But the black woman, unfortunately, she'll present the young thugs, the Yo Gottis, all the ones who, jail-bound. Hell, I'm still perplexed on why the black community is so praising this King Von psychopath motherfucker, It's like they view this man as a damn enigma. We got King Bonds in any hood USA terrorizing our cities daily. But it's just something that black men and black women keep upholding about this hood culture as being the subset standard of black man representation by default. And it's very sickening. It's embarrassing because in music and entertainment, the black woman has only been shitted on.
Try not to curse. Try not to curse. Try not.
The only woman who has been downed, in the media publicly since, gangster rap started. That's what Maxine Waters and every other rapper is trying to go against, but black people in general, it's free speech, it's art. You're censoring them like white people. But if you're a black girl who has grown up from the 80s to present day and say that was the only thing you heard mainstream and in your home, that's how you kind of shape and form your ideology. My butt ain't big. I can't perform sexually. I can't pop out as kids. But when you see these same men in real life, their wives and their family life aren't structured anything of the way they present to the public outside of this new generation of rappers. So it's like we purposely dissuade ourselves from betterment just to be accepted by the masses, if you will. In general, again, like I said, raised in California, family down south, they would take a man who has actually planned his future retirement, take his family on vacation. That's a weak man to them. But in turn, would try to hook you up with a hood booger living off of high school popularity, DUIs, domestic violence.
Absolutely
and that's
not.
the epitome of a man.
It's craziness.
Down from jail. And it's like we have a sickness. So it's just like an internalized sickness that we possess.
And I feel like
my 2 cents for the day.
I feel like it hurts us too when it comes to men of other races. I feel like men who are dusty, who are not black, are going to target us and think, well, they don't date the best men anyway. I got a chance. So they're going to keep trying to come after us. And I don't want these raggedy non-black men. I want the good ones. I don't want the dusties. And I see black girls from the hood dating dusty non-black men because they act like dusty black men. And it's like, I don't want that. And I don't want to be targeted by these dusty ass non-black men. I am not the cleanup woman. Don't try to think I'm gonna pay your rent. Get the hell away from me. I don't want them. The dusties.
And you are absolutely correct. And again, it goes back down to how we market ourselves. No matter what school district you went to, what college you went to, other men see who you entertain.
Girl.
Just as a man don't want to play stepdaddy to the woman who had previous baby daddies who didn't treat her right, and now he's going to come in and treat her right. Why should I treat her right too if this ain't even what she wants or what she's used to? Because most likely she's going to revert back and cheat on him with another hood booger. But just the same, a woman who probably grew up in a more upper echelon family, who has tradition to uphold, who knows the financial benefits, health benefits, if you will, she's going to marry
Yeah.
But just for the sake of a look, a black woman will keep a black man. Hold him down, house him, feed him, clothe him, let him stay home all day while she's out slaving at work, just for her to turn that same attitude and look at the next black woman as if, well, you doing the same thing I'm doing behind closed doors, so how are you better than me? It's just an assumption that we have with each other. So that's why the other dusties from the other races, they will come at us like that because they're kikiing with black men too in the locker room.
Yeah.
They're talking about women across the board all the same. Only difference is those other men are going to shut that ish down when it comes to disrespect of their women. They'll stand behind their women, stranger or otherwise. But a black man will kiki, ha, and throw a black woman under the bus just so he can be a part of the good old boys club.
On podcasts with them.
Yes, ma'am. All the above. How can we get $1 off of their pain? Because they'll be willing participants in the matter. So again, it's self-inflicted. It's internalized and unfortunately generational. It's like I said, it's all the above. I'm still being asked when I'm gonna have kids. I'm not married. What that means?
Yeah, they think something wrong with us. They think we're lesbians. Some of them actually think we're gay.
All the above. In my case, I'm actually bisexual. So.
Oh, okay.
But in addition to that, as far as family planning goes, if the measures aren't there, the alignment isn't there, that's not what I'm going to do. Being a mother for the sake of being a mother, I'd rather adopt. I'd rather have foster children because I'm financially stable enough to do so. But when you come from these poverty mindsets, you only thinking about my man, and you damn sure ain't thinking about the kids because they can't survive without you, your income, and non-government assistance. So, again, that's just my 2 cents, and I'm going to end it there.
All right. Well, I thank you.
All right. Thank you. Always.
Bye. Thank you. Bye. I mean, Lord, it's so true though. People are seeing this happen to us as black women, and they think we can't pick a good man, or we settle for less. We'll take anything. I'm telling you, I don't want no dusty man, period. And especially a non-black man. You know, I date all races of men. Don't think I'm paying half your rent. Oh no, baby. Don't think my value was low, or you can get away with stuff that you wouldn't do with the woman of your race. So don't try to treat me a certain way or different because you think I come from craziness or a bad community and I'm not used to nothing. I ain't trying to hear that. Okay. Someone from Alabama had called. Call back, baby. Call back. Did I write it down? Yeah, I did. You was calling in a lot. Okay, I'm going to call you back now. All right. Calling them back now. Hopefully y'all can hear. Hello? Turn me down in the background. Yes, turn me down in the background. Hello? Yes, can you hear me? All right, make sure I'm not on Bluetooth or speaker. Okay, I don't know. I mean, you hung up, you called me. I guess he'll call back, but he called. Phone line is open. She made excellent points. Oh, okay. Hello? Hello? I don't know if he's playing games or what's going on with this person from Alabama. You called in 6 times, hung up, and now I can't hear you. I don't know what's going on. Maybe he'll call again with his phone issues fixed. Anybody else want to call? Share your opinion about Skai Jackson, the trophy wife nightmare, Shemar Moore not wanting to get married and his sexuality question, Mike Tyson, this fight was rigged in my opinion. Did you see the fight? Let us know in the comments section. Hello? Hello, this is Cerebral. Hello? Hello? I'm not this. I give you one last time to call in. If you do not say anything, again, I'm going to feel like you playing games up on here. So, I'm not doing all of that for a man. If women only like rappers, they wouldn't all have songs crying about a woman not giving him a chance when he was broke and chasing his dreams. It's just so interesting. Very interesting, isn't it? This, yes, hello?
Hello, hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
I don't know if he's playing games or what's going on with this person. Hello?
Look, I'm trying to be a nice person, but I'm about to snap on you. Maybe it's a mistake, though. I'll call him one last time. After that, this is final. No more. Oh, actually, someone's calling in. Never mind. Hello?
Hi, Cerebral?
Hello, Guilty Angel?
Yes, ma'am. How you doing, gorgeous?
Good, thank you. I know your voice. And I was like, oh, California. Okay. So,
I love that. You know my voice.
yes.
Cerebral, you were the first person that I called with you to do a live in call show because I've never felt comfortable. But I'm like, oh, Cerebral, I got to get up on this and say my two cents.
Okay.
What do you think, Cerebral, about the spiritual whistleblower and the Shera 7 drama? Do you care to comment about that? Or
I had a video I did. I have a whole video.
oh, yes. I saw that one. You're correct.
I think it's a mess, and I think both women offer some knowledge to women. And, I mean, Shera does have a lot of good advice. She doesn't just talk about how to get a man with a good job. She also tells you how to stop going out on crappy dates, stop putting up with nonsense, how to fix yourself up some, to not be overly emotional, because men aren't all the time, and how, you know, they can stop playing you. There's a lot you get from her beyond just get a man who got a good job that you learn from her. Spiritual whistleblower, though, she also talks about self-worth, and you don't have to put up with abuse from your parents and your family, and how to stay away from toxic men. But she's talking from a spiritual point, so I guess she's not completely of the world type of thing, even though we live in the world. I mean, Shera is more, her message is direct. She doesn't lie to you. She's like, this is what I'm about. I'm about getting a man that's a provider, and that's mainly, either you're going to do that or not. She doesn't, it's not necessarily always about, I would say improvement.
Yeah,
they just different.
Right. They're very different, and I just, it's just, I don't want to say things out of line, but spiritual whistleblower really went after her. So I'm thinking, where did that come from? Is there, you know what I mean? It was just a little bit aggressive, although I really like spiritual whistleblower. I don't know too much about Shera 7. I know a very little bit about her. I just thought spiritual whistleblower, like, where did that come from? Do you know what I mean? Like the vitriol, it was like, wait a minute, what is happening here? It's just a little bit strange to me to kind of go at someone so aggressively. You know what I mean? It was, so I'm thinking that there's something underneath
she did put on her channel that she is Moses and Shera is Pharaoh. She's doing this from a spiritual thing. She feels like Shera is demonic. So, and she's spiritual. So she feels she's slaying a demon that's leading women into the wrong direction, you know.
Right.
I mean, you can get to know a man.
Passion. Yeah. Yeah. Go ahead.
I feel like you can get to know a man and do all that spiritual work and you still get played. I was a nice woman. I still am. I wasn't following all of Shera's practices, and I still didn't I didn't get treated any better or with more respect. A lot of the stuff she says men say and do, they do that. I've experienced it multiple times. It's not like she lying about it. So, but I think her message is more for people who are into religion and spirituality a lot more religion type of thing. So, I don't know, but she said that
I love her passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
She's so passionate, and yes, I've watched a lot of spiritual whistleblowers things, and yes, she does take it to the level of really giving it. You know, so I enjoy spiritual whistleblower more. If I had to pick, I would just go on more on her side because I feel her message is not a deflection, whereas maybe Shera's message is kind of deflecting a lot of the spiritual whistleblower is more like on the offense, and Shera 7 is more on the defense, I think. Or maybe I have them. You know what I mean? Maybe I have it mixed up. Their personalities are just very interesting. Yeah, I wish I had more to say. I wish I had the right words. But I love being here with you guys, learning so much just from being on this channel. And thank you for having me.
Thank you. Thank you, honey.
I will see you next time.
All right. Bye.
Bye.
Van in the chat. All right. Okay, Nikki ain't lying. I actually have to go. I have to cook dinner early. I'm making chili. And Jiffy cornbread casserole. So I have to actually go. But I'm going to tell you this. Nikki ain't lying in the chat. She says, bull S. Even the so-called nerdy black guys will try to get themselves a video vixen. Yeah, they want the baddest. And they get mad when they can't get the baddest. And then when they upgrade in life, they throw it in black women's face. When black men complain about black women, they're not talking about raggedy black women. They're going in on the black women they found attractive that did not want them. She says that anytime a black girl is nice and nerdy, Blackistan gives her hell. True. For not being a hoochie. Yep. There's plenty of nerdy, quiet black girls, but black men discriminate if you too fat, you don't have a big enough butt, you can't dress well, your shape is not good, they don't like your hair texture or length of your hair, no matter the texture, or your skin complexion, your facial features. If you have a child, if you have education, if you have a good paying job, all of those things. So yeah, they do ignore nerdy black girls all the time into the whole Japanese animation, the gamers and stuff. They don't pay them girls attention because half the time they look sort of eccentric or into the goth and all that other stuff. Now, if you were dressed like a little hoochie a little bit, or you look like what he want you to look like, because every man taste is different, then he would like you. Black men do not talk about the women they rejected. They rejected just as many black girls as they claim rejected them. They just hold a grudge from being rejected from the black girls they were physically attracted to that did not want them. And then they paint all black women as these horrible, horrible little Jezebels that only want money and didn't want a good man with a good heart. That's what they say. Baby, you can have the nicest heart all day, but if you can't pay them bills to keep me and our children afloat, that's a problem. They don't want to hear reality. So all of it matters. Character matters. Your job matters. Your intellect matters. All of it. So, but yeah, they pass over black girl nerds all the time. All the time.